we've got NBA basketball in store from New Orleans, Louisiana.
Here we go.
The home of the Pelicans, right here on 2K Sports. Hi, everyone. This is Kevin Harlan, and alongside tonight, Greg Anthony and Stan Van Gundy, with Allie LaForce reporting from the sidelines. The New York Knicks coming to this one following a loss, guys, to the Hawks in Atlanta. Second round pick back in 2018. Stardom wasn't expected for Jalen Brunson, but he's always been a winner.
You look at his physical attributes, nothing jumps out at you, but it's all between the ears with him. The skill, the footwork, the vision, that's what makes him elite.
And so the New Orleans Pelicans get the first points of the ballgame. And now let's swing it over to Allie LaForce on the sideline.
James Borrego gave me a few minutes to catch up with him. When Karl-Anthony Towns was brought up, Coach immediately chimed in, saying, yeah, the thing about Towns is the sheer size that he brings. Our guys will have to be physical and make him uncomfortable around the basket to have success. Physicality and aggressiveness will be the key. Guys, back to you.
We appreciate it, Allie. Thank you. Out to the right wing. Kicks it out to Jones. Just 5 to shoot. Pass to Murray. From deep three-point land. And again, New Orleans has no luck. Here's Anunoby. A shot's good on the assist by Brunson.
And you can tell this is a priority for Brunson. He wants everyone involved.
Williamson outside. Buries it from three-point range.
When he's hitting that shot, this offense becomes scary, even more difficult to defend.
Yeah, if you can hit that with regularity, it opens up the floor so much more.
With enthusiasm, Anunoby punishing the D for giving him that opening. And for a power forward, he can sure get up. I mean, because of that leaping ability, it kind of offsets his height disadvantage.
Down low. And then Johnson with the dunk.
And really a good job spotting his teammate near the bucket and then just pinpoint passing for the finish.
And GA, you started your career with the Knicks. What memories do you have from your time in New York?
Well, after winning a championship in college, it was great to play for a team in the NBA that had similar aspirations. So many great veterans to learn from and a Hall of Fame coach.
And so Mike Brown calls a timeout, looking for a breather and maybe adjusting a thing or two. Here's Houston. Outside, Ewing. Uses the glass to finish the lane.
And a nice job here early of establishing an inside presence.
Here's Paul. The Knicks pull it in. Now Anunoby. Inside. Ewing. And then Ewing with the jam.
Oh, and how about squeezing the orange as tight as he could there before the stuff?
Yeah, no way he's going to lose that thing on the way up. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Well, Paul is excellent at baiting defenders into fouling him. You really have to be disciplined when you defend him. You really don't even have to watch him at the line. Just listen for the net.
Now here's Johnson. Fades away. Misses off the right eye. Paul surveying the floor. And the Pelicans miss again.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
There's no air space there whatsoever. That's as close as you can get without foul.
Now here's Murray. He has yet to score.
Yeah, what a great target Zion makes for on the lob. Nobody's going to get to the ball except him.
Pass to Houston. Here's Johnson. And he tries off the glass, but it's no good. Unloads from 13. And it's Williamson missing. New York trailing. Back to Ewing. Can't cash in from close range. Floats it up for Williamson. Up high to stop the alley-oop.
That's a high percentage play. Zion is a dangerous lob threat.
And here's Brunson. A floater. Misses the layup.
Well, they know he can finish at the rim, but the defense did just enough to force the miss.
1 quarter in the books, and it's been a close one so far. Pelicans lead by 3. And it's been a pretty even game here after 1 quarter of play. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from New Orleans?
Yeah, in that first period, they looked to push in transition at every opportunity.
Yeah, they gave the other team no time to breathe. Every time they got the ball, they were off to the races. And you see how effective this aggressive mindset can be.
To the paint. A nice shot by Sohan. And with the trend, Greg, toward a faster pace, do you miss watching those grinded-out half-court battles that enthralled millions during the Jordan era?
Well, I miss playing more than anything. But as far as watching, the game for me is as good as it's ever been.
Shot clock at 6. To the inside. Houston's shot's good.
Yeah, and there it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great inside position.
And now let's send it over to our courtside reporter, Allie LaForce.
Thanks, guys. Teammate Josh Hart may call Jalen Brunson the king of New York, but Brunson says, I would never consider myself a face of the franchise, but I'm a leader of this team. That's what I want to do, and I am grateful for the opportunity. I don't take this for granted. Guys?
Yeah, staying humble. Hey, Allie, thank you very much for the report.
Good job of stepping up to the plate there, seizing back the momentum for his team.
Yeah, plenty of lead changes in this game. It's gone back and forth.
Bull, that's good.
Yeah, inside, Bull does a great job just making subtle adjustments and utilizing that length.
And when you look at Jordan Poole's game, GA, what makes him special?
I think it's his creativity and elusiveness. Able to get in his bag, if you will, and play with it and create his shot more or less at will.
Guys, 7 times the lead has changed hands here now.
Yeah, and that number should easily top double figures before it's over.
Sinks the three-pointer.
This speaks to how confident Murphy is. Excellent at recognizing when to take these shots.
Brunson outside. A nice shot by Sohan. Sohan's got the game tied up here for New York.
Just no resistance on the inside. That's their 5th consecutive make in the league. Not afraid to make tough shots. Fears is a grinder.
So, Greg, talking about Jeremiah Fears for a second here. Both he and his brother, Jeremy Jr., play college basketball at the same time during the 24-25 season.
Clearly, this sport runs in their family. Jeremiah's fearlessness and competitive spirit have made him an enticing prospect. And I'm sure the test he owes that, at least partially, to Jeremy.
Fears with it. Back to Poole. And that's out of bounds. New Orleans will retain possession.
And he jumped out to that ball immediately. Great reaction on that deflection.
Yeah, and you know they're tracking the tips and deflections because that tells you who's affecting the game.
Poole, no good. And so it's New York with it. Trailing by 2. Back to Johnson. Outside, Ewing. Johnson outside. Oh, and there's the alley-oop. Ewing can't get it to go.
And what should have been a simple pass and finish ends up in a missed opportunity on that alley-oop attempt.
Yeah, that just comes down to the timing being off between those two guys.
To the middle. Here's Johnson, and then Johnson with the jam.
Excellent assist there. Just led him to the perfect spot.
Bryant to the hoop. And plenty of contact on the shot. So, 2 free throws coming up.
Gritty play by Fears on the drive. The rookie showing some tenacity.
And so he hits both. Knicks trailed by 4. Pass to Johnson. Back to Ewing. Johnson outside. To the paint. New York moving the ball around. Here's Ward. Count the bucket. And he's got a free throw coming up as well.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
The Knicks shooting their first free throw tonight.
And the season numbers for them at the line thus far are really poor. Something I'm sure they are making a point of emphasis.
And it's Davis missing. Now, here's Shamet. Scoreless thus far. Driving the lane. Pass to Ward. And it's Ewing in the corner. Here's Johnson. And Johnson with the stuff. He talked about a back-and-forth game. This is the definition.
You have to love these kinds of games, scoring-wise, keeping everybody on their toes.
And a close game so far through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Knicks out front. They lead by 1. And we'll be back right after halftime for the start of the 3rd quarter. We'll see you in a bit. And as we get into this 3rd quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. And so it's Brunson with it. He brings it up for the New York Knicks. It's a 1-point game. Back to Johnson. Zion Williamson grabs the miss. And unfortunately, Coach, the Pelicans still looking for the franchise's first deep playoff run.
Yeah, just 2 playoff series wins since their arrival in New Orleans back in 2002. They've had some tremendous talents, but the stars have yet to align.
Murray. Count that one. Murray's got the first points of the 3rd quarter up on the board for the Pelicans.
Well, guys with Murray's touch can kill you softly. They don't have to bang it in.
Brunson outside. Good D by Williamson. It's a close game here in New Orleans. Down low. And the dunk by Williamson.
And how about the incredible timing on that alley-oop?
He absolutely hammered it down. To the inside. Out to Brunson. Nifty move. Back to Ewing. And it's good for 2.
Well, he led him with the pass there, almost like a quarterback timing a route. That was impressive.
Outside for Davis. Lots of room.
I'm sure he'd like to have that back. That's a missed opportunity.
Brunson surveying the D. Pass to Johnson. Looking to get back on track here. It's rebounded by New Orleans.
That's 1 for their first 4 to start the second half.
Right now, let's take a second to catch up with Allie LaForce on the sideline.
Thanks. It was a lost season for the New Orleans Pelicans. Continued injury troubles derailing a team that, when healthy, looked capable of a top seed, leaving some wondering whether a curse needed lifting. But with some draft help and a still talented roster, the hope is this will be the year. Guys, back to you.
All right, Allie, thanks a lot.
Oh, Kevin, not a Petty, not a Manny, but a facial.
Oh, a bounce to the ounce, Greg? Yeah, showing off the bunny.
Hard to imagine them losing this game if they can keep shooting like that.
Pass to Houston. Lets the 3 fly. They grabbed their own miss, and he's going to get whistled for that foul, G. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
And so James Borrego decides to call timeout. He's going to take a minute here to get things straightened out. Both teams will make substitutions. Pass to Dadier. 5 on the clock. To Shamet, and he jams it after taking the nice feed on the run.
Go into the rack with energy, and the D afraid to cut him off.
Yeah, got to chalk that one up to some shaky defending.
And with the score as close as it is, these are the opportunities you truly can't allow.
We've got 1:18 left in the third. Pass to Robinson. Here's McBride. And trying for the go-ahead basket. It doesn't go in.
And the rebound battle split evenly thus far.
New Orleans moving the ball around. Here's Queen. Nothing on the board. And there's the drive. And it's in there. Queens got the lead up to 4 now for the Pelicans.
And it's all about the release when you shoot the flow.
And so Mike Brown calls a timeout. Coach is going to talk some things over with the team. Might be seeing something to adjust. Here's Ward. Pass to Shamet. This one for 3. It's hauled in by Queen. 8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Here's Dadier. And stolen by Bull. Inside. And he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
You see the full strength and athleticism of Murphy on this jam.
Here's Ward. Picked off in midair. And so it's New Orleans with their lead standing at 6 points here at the end of the quarter. And they've done a phenomenal job down low. So many of their points coming right at the rim. We've got more in store for you right after this. And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one. Here's Brunson. Ewing surveying the floor. It's Brunson at point-blank range.
Can't overplay Brunson to shoot. He will go right past you.
Here's the teardrop. To the inside. Ewing. And Ewing slams it in.
Oh, just solid on the one-handed slam.
And guys, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball. Johnson left side. The kick out to Anunoby. A miss that time. Would have put him up. And so James Borrego decides to call timeout. He made the decision to huddle up with his guys and talk about strategy. It's time to send it over now to our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Thanks, guys. I got a chance to hear what James Borrego was saying to his team. They said in the huddle, this is it. No excuses. Let's figure out a way to win. A couple of players spoke as well, firing up their teammates. A great ending could be in store, guys.
All right, Allie, thank you for that. And that one, good.
Well, Chris Paul's always been able to attack in the lane and find room to score.
Up top, Anunoby. It's rebounded by New Orleans. We've gone about a minute and a half into the fourth quarter. Stolen by Ewing. Here's Houston. Pass to Brunson. Jacks up a three. And it's Anthony Davis with the rebound.
Well, you can tell he thinks he should have had that one. Even harder on him when he's got a good look like that and it doesn't go down.
Here's Paul. Shot clock at 5. The 13-footer. Got it to go.
Oh, great production on the interior right now. 8 straight from inside.
Brunson fires. And get the 3. Pelicans lead by 6. Ball outside. Now Murray. Outside Davis. Now Williamson trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it. Count it!
Such opportunistic basketball right there, and that's when they desperately needed it.
Now Jones takes the 3. Cleared away by Brunson. Now Anunoby. Big time jam. He was ready to receive and deliver.
And the native of England, Anunoby, doesn't back down from taking the big shots.
To take the lead. Can't get it.
There's some defense for you. For someone who's as good at shooting the 3-ball as he is, you need a defender who's equally good at guarding against it.
Johnson with it. Chris Paul covering. And trying for the go-ahead basket. Doesn't go in. Here's Davis. Jones. No good from 3. Brunson outside. It's stolen by Davis. And New Orleans pushing it up now. Oh, the dunk!
That is world class.
Yeah, and I can say from experience, his coach just breathed a huge sigh of relief.
Anunoby up top. Davis pulls it down.
Missed opportunity. He's just got to shake that one.
We're in total command of this game with time starting to run out.
Yeah, and at this point, the focus is take care of the ball, no needless fouls, and no threes.
Now Johnson
moving the ball for the highest percentage look.
Stolen by Brunson. Here's Houston. It's tipped. So it's a narrow victory for New Orleans, pulling it out for a double. They didn't make it easy on themselves or their fans, but in the end, everyone's satisfied.
Well, I mean, there were some times that momentum shifted, and especially early on, but let's give this group a lot of credit for that stick-to-itiveness in terms of finishing out and executing that game plan.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast.